Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Asian markets trade mixed after similar session in the US analysis. http ntvforex.com news ID 03A31391 2025 56 1 AM Asia market update. Asian markets trade mixed after similar session in the US. Yuan rises, USD index FUTs decline. China cakes in MFG PMI hits highest level since 2011. NBSP general trend. Financials trade generally weaker in Asia after US declines. Australian equities underperform as energy and financial firms decline. Tech shares trade mixed in HK. Property names decline. Shanghai Composite traded flat during morning session. Consumer discretionary shares rise, while property costs decline. Financial related firms trade generally lower in Japan. Air transportation and pharma costs outperform. Australia Q2 GDP data is due to be released on September 2. WED, expected to confirm first recession since the 1990s. RBNZ Gov is expected to speak on WED September 2. NBSP headlines. Economic data. Australia New Zealand ASX 200 opens 0.3%. Reserve Bank of Australia RBA leaves cash rate target unchanged at 0.25% as expected to increase term lending facility to $200 prior $90 Australia Q2 net exports of GDP QQ 1.0% v 1.0% EO. Australia Q2 current account balance $17.7 BV 13.0 BO. Australia AUG final PMI manufacturing 53.6 v 53.9 prelim confirms third month of expansion. Australia AUG AIG performance of manufacturing index 49.3 v 53.5 prior first contraction in 3 months. Australia July building approvals 12.0% v 8.0% EO. Australia AUG core logic house price index 0.5% v 0.8% prior. Victoria State Australia reports 70 additional coronavirus cases v 73 prior 5 additional deaths. NZ New Zealand July building permits 4.5% v 0.5% prior. China Hong Kong Hang Seng Open 0.4%, Shanghai Composite 0.2%. CN China AUG cakes in PMI manufacturing 53.1 v 52.5 e fourth straight expansion, highest level since January 2011. CN China PBOC sets Yuan reference rate 6.8498 v 6.8605 prior strongest since June 21, 2019. HK Macau AUG Casino Rev MOP 1.3 BYY 94.5% v 93.0% ECN China Bok Open Market Operation OMO injects 20 billion Chinese yuan in 7-day reverse repos v injects 20 billion Chinese yuan in 7-day prior net drain 230 billion Chinese yuan v net drain 80 billion Chinese yuan prior. CN Chinese-born Australian CCTV journalist Cheng Lei detained in China. Financial press from August 31. CN China load factors on international flights from high-risk areas will be kept at 75%. Japan Nikkei 225 open 0.2%. JP largest faction of LDP party reported to back Japan Chief Cabinet Secretary Suga in the bid for leader of the LDP party. Japan media JP Japan Chief Cabinet Secretary Suga to meet with press on Wednesday evening September 2 and declare candidacy for leader of ruling LDP party. JP Japan Defense Min Kono still undecided on whether or not to run for LDP leadership position. JP Japan Foreign Min Motegi will decide on running for LDP leader in next 24 hours. JP Japan ruling party official Ishiba no need to radically change Abenomics stimulus policy including monetary easing. Do not think that a weak JPY currency yen is better. From August 31. JP Japan LDP Secretary General Nikai proposed simplified election process for the leadership race of the LDP ruling party to choose new LDP leader via format allowing vote by LDP lawmakers and heads of local chambers. JP follow-up Japan LDP General Assembly decides leadership race to take slimmed down version. There are views that a full-scale leadership vote would take 2 months to prepare, placing a heavy burden on PMA. Japanese media. JP Japan Finmin Aso good chance tax revs will miss estimates. JP Japan AUG final PMI manufacturing 47.2 v 46.6 prelim confirms 16 months of contraction. JP Japan Q2 capital spending capex YY 11.3% v 4.0% e capital spending x software 10.4% v 4.0% e. JP Japan July jobless rate 2.9% v 3.0% EJP Japan MOF sells a 2.6 TV a 2.6 T indicated in 0.1% 10-year JGBs. Average yield 0.034% v 0.018% prior bid to cover 3.15x v 3.64x prior Korea Kospi opened 0.6% KR South Korea Vice Fin Min Kim reveals 2021 budget with record high KRW 555.8 T in spending 8.5% increase YY to sell up to KRW 172.9 T in bonds to fund the 2021 budget v KRW 167 YYKR South Korea Q2 final GDP QQ 3.2% v 3.3% prelim YY 2.7% v 2.9% prelim KR South Korea AUG trade balance $4.1 billion v $3.7 BKR South Korea AUG PMI manufacturing 48.5 v 46.9 prior 8th straight contraction. KR South Korea confirms 235 additional coronavirus cases v 248 prior 0 additional deaths. KR South Korea sells 30-year bonds at 1.685% v 1.530% prior. North America Apple AAPL reportedly Apple has asked suppliers to make 7580M 5G compatible iPhones this year. NBSP levels as of 1/20 ET Nikkei 225 flat, ASX 201.7%. Hang Seng 0.2% Shanghai Composite flat Kospi 1% Equity S&P 500 Futures 0.1% Nasdaq 100 0.4% DAX 0.6% FTSE 100 0.6% 1.1997 Euros 1.1935 Japanese Yen 106.03 105 Australian Dollars and 59 cents 0.7413 0.7367 NZD 0.6767 0.6728 Gold 0.8% at $1,994 ounce crude oil 1% at $43.02 BRL copper 0.6% at $3.0488 pound. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me mt5.expert.advisors.